Live. Live.
What's his pup doing?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, once the important ones are fired up.
Yeah.
These two.
Come on, Belle.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Friday. Friday. Hope everybody's having a good morning. What's up?
I hate when people say that.
The thing is, if you say it every day, it doesn't make Friday any different.
Yeah, good morning.
I had a lot of things you say. How about that?
Great. You should let me know so I can keep saying them.
Yeah.
We're going to do some acceleration work. First thing you're going to need is to make a little circle with a couple towels. We're going to go through some quick feet, warm-up drills.
Morning,
So,
y'all.
grab your towels, whatever you're using. You are going to make like a little box or a little square, just like that.
Good
All right,
morning.
that should be enough. All right, the first one we're going to do is just 2 feet in, 2 feet out. Again, this is kind of like our makeshift speed ladder at home. Just getting the feet moving. Not a huge fan of the speed ladder for anything other than warming up. But we'll go for about 10 seconds. We'll switch on and off.
Good. 5, 2, 1, relax.
All right.
You firing this morning.
Yeah. Go. About 10 seconds is good enough. 3, 2, 1. Anything after that turns into some cardio. And this is speed training, not cross country. So we're gonna go forward, forward, backward, backward is the next one. And again, 10 seconds. We're gonna run through about 10 different ones here. Just trying to get our body tempo up
5,
and to get moving.
2, 1.
And go. Let's see if I have my stopwatch. Yeah, keep
No,
my
you're really
arms
good at
moving.
counting.
Terrible counting. And good. All right. So behind. So we're gonna get a little tricky here. So we're gonna go step behind, recover. We might do this one twice. Step behind, recover. We'll go for about 10 seconds. Trying to keep our body over the center.
5, 1, and time.
Same thing.
Got it. All right, here we go. Hey, go.
Hit. 3, 2, and 1. Same drill, cross in front. So we're gonna go in front, out, recover, front, out, recover. It's this double tap here that lets us move quick through it.
And go ahead. 10,
You move your hips a little bit, helps you turn faster.
5, 2, 1, time.
Good. Cross over, and go. Quick feet, fast hips. Moving quick, moving quick, moving quick. 3, 2,
Oh!
1. All right, so we got a couple more. So the next one is just kind of like a squat jump. So we're gonna start with our feet here. All right, I'm gonna go down into a squat and then back up, touching just my toes here, staying off my heels, landing in my heels on the outside. All right, getting a good athletic squat. Don't worry about how low you're going. Again, just trying to warm up.
Going reps or time here?
Time still.
All right. 5 seconds. 2, 1, time.
There you go. Quick tap in the middle and get to that good solid square base. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. So next one right here. So we're gonna start with 2 feet in. All right, and then we're gonna go icky shuffle. All right, so this is out, out, and in, which is different than the first one we started with. All right, which was 2 feet in, 2 feet out. So we're gonna go out, out, keeping 2 feet, body in the center.
5, 3, 2, 1.
And go. And 3, 2, 1, and good. All right. So, pick those towels up. We should be breathing a little harder. Come back in, grab your water, get a sip if you need it. Give you about 5 seconds. We're gonna go through some other dynamic stretches real quick, just to get moving. Like CT said, we got acceleration today. Working on straight line speed. We measured it out. We got about 42 yards in here, so we're gonna be running some 40 starts. So, all right, we're gonna go lateral lunge, do a cross behind lunge for the warm up. So lateral lunge, do a cross behind lunge. You got 5 each way. And after 5, go ahead and switch. That just kind of dropped.
Oh yeah, needed it.
Yeah. And we've been nice on you this week, so let's do a 20-second split squat hold. I feel like we haven't lunged as much this week as we typically have. So we're gonna hold this. As you're holding it, think about good posture. Find your balance in that front foot, big toe, little toe. Heel. Hold for about 10 more seconds. And good. Go ahead, switch legs. And down into that split squat. And if you started with us back about 3 weeks ago, we talked when we were in the lobby about how one leg is usually a little bit better than another. I would say definitely by now we should be feeling the legs catching up to each other. So with all the body weight training, all the single leg training we're doing, we should start to see that even out. And good. All right, my favorite, you saw CT's video on Instagram. One of my favorite stretches is our 90-90. CT did a nice little piece on that, so we're gonna go 90-90. One of my favorite hip stretches. Going slow, we'll go 5 each way. If you can, keep your arms in the air.
And if you can't, I'm behind you.
That was about 5 each way. Couple more stretches here. We're gonna lay down. We're gonna go hip circles again. Make sure you're not kicking anybody or anything. We're gonna go up, out, and around. We're gonna go 5 each way. So you go 5 this way, and then you reverse. Same leg going 5 the other direction. Think about keeping that core tight as you do this. About 5 again, 5 each way, each direction. So it's 10 total leg swings. All right, standing up. We're gonna go in place, elbow to instep. So in place, elbow to instep is the short version of knee hug, elbow to instep, hip flexor, hamstring.
Huh?
So, yeah, exactly. So knee hug, we're gonna skip that part. We're just gonna drop down into the elbow to instep. Step back up, getting those hips open. We'll go 5 each way. So we're trying to move at a pace that is gonna let us warm everything up, get moving into the workout pretty quickly. So if you need extra time in between, take extra time. But if you can, try and keep up with the pace. That way, not only will you get some good speed work, but that's a check mark off the list of things to do today, which is training, sweat like you're running from the cops every day. So the first thing we're gonna do is back to some couch work. All right, and I don't mean sitting on the couch. Well, that sounds pretty good right about now, but we're not gonna do that. So with our acceleration work, we're gonna break this down. I'm gonna get CT going first. If you guys are at home, pick a coach. All right, you rest with me, you train with CT, or vice versa. All right, so we're gonna go back to that wall work. So CT, let's get in a good position here. And I'm gonna coach through this really quick. In case you guys haven't seen this before, all right, so we have a slight bend in the knee, our back is flat, all right, our right leg is gonna come up, so right leg off the ground. Now we're gonna hold this position, we're gonna hold it for about 20 seconds, and then I'm gonna switch. If we can't get into this position when we're accelerating, it's not likely we're gonna be able to hold this position. So we wanna hold it here, train that position. It's gonna help us get in and out of that, switch legs. And sometimes, even though it's speed work, we gotta start slow. If I can't get my knee up in a prone plank, couch, push-up position, whatever you wanna call it, I'm not gonna get my knee up when I'm trying to accelerate on the field. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and switch, do the same thing.
And second athlete, go ahead, hold them. Go for about 15 more seconds. Three, 2, 1, and switch. You said just because it's speed work doesn't mean it has to be fast.
Yes.
Is that right? Do not mistake speed work for conditioning, right? Just because we're doing a lot of stuff and working hard. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Doesn't always mean that's speed work, right?
And don't use speed work as an excuse to get away from conditioning. That's the other thing.
Exactly
It's like,
right.
I'm doing speed work. I need more rest. Yeah, probably not, but all right, here we go. 1 count,
Happy
2
medium.
counts. Happy medium. Got to find that happy medium. There's a time and a place for most things in training. Right leg up. So we're gonna go right into our 2 counts. I like the 2 counts because they're quick and they're a little less stable than the 1 count. Ready, 2 count. And hit, 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 and good. So we'll switch in between. Sometimes you can go right back into the other side if you are conditioned.
Here we
For the
go.
most part, we are.
2 count, ready. Hit, 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 and relax.
I think one big thing that we want to think about, after we get that core posture down, after we get that knee drive tucked, it's how fast can we make that happen? How fast can we make that switch happen? Getting off the ground is so important for acceleration. Covering ground is so important for acceleration. All right, so this is a really good way to train getting off the ground. As soon as that foot touches, that switch is happening simultaneously.
Left
Left
leg.
leg, yep. And hit, 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 and good. So what we're talking about with that simultaneous switch, there is at some point in this drill where both feet are off the ground. If I could float, I would show you, but there's a certain point where both feet are off the ground, the shins should be in line and the knees should be even. All right, that's kind of what we're trying to think about, is being as quick as we can, getting off the ground.
Here we go, ready? Hit, hit, 2, hit, 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 1 more, hit, and relax.
So as we do that, it's our core that's gonna support us. So our core holds us up, our core holds us in place while our hips and our knees and our legs are driving. Here we go. 3 count.
3.
So now we'll move on to a 3 count. Again, a little
3.
less stable. 3 count. Ready, right leg. And hit. 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 And good. So I think one thing that we've kind of changed, or at least I've kind of adopted and changed how I teach, is the back leg. I'm teaching to be a little bit bendy, a little bit bent. And I was playing around with it, and I really feel like I'm able to get off the ground faster through that. Whereas if I ever try to get extended, as soon as that knee extends and locks out, it's a lot slower to come back off the ground. So again, I don't know if it's right, it probably is, but play around with it, try a couple different reps in a couple different ways, and come up with your own opinion.
3 count, 3 count, ready? Hit, 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 and relax.
So we'll do one more 3 count, then we'll take it to some rapid fire. You gotta get bored with the basics. You know, we've done wall drills every week. We'll do wall drills next week. You know, we might have some variations, but chances are they don't look as good as CT's reps. And you know, usually what we try and coach people to do is take someone, look at them. If they move better than you, try and move like them. That's how I learned Olympic lifting, just by watching other elite athletes Olympic lift. You can do the same with speed. Let's go with that rapid fire. You gotta learn by watching. See people that are faster than you, try and catch them. Your right leg up, and hit. Toes up, knees tucked. 3, 2, 1, good. And this is like a controlled aggression. We gotta have some intensity to it, but we can't be out of control.
Ready, hit. Going for 10.
Yep.
That's 5, 2, 1, and relax.
All right. Video pause. We're still watching. We're good.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Woo.
All right, let's do that again.
All right.
If you want to get faster, go sprint. You know, it's kind of take these mechanics, go run with them. Literally, go outside. 40 degrees. It's good enough. Get some sprints in after this. Right leg up, and go. Good. Knees are up, toes are up. Just look at the consistency. Rep to rep to rep is going to be the same. Where that foot's landing is the same. 3, 2, 1. The upper body's not moving a ton. He's using his core to brace. Woo. These are all details that you might miss if you're not paying attention to your own body while you're doing these drills.
There we go. Second athlete, 10 seconds. Ready, go. Nice. Nice. 5, 2, 1. Relax.
All right. Let's do one more.
Let's do one more.
Let's do one more.
Yeah, like you said, make sure you're making those connections between your mind and your body, your positions. Make sure you're in good positions throughout. Like you said, you'll see we'll try to go as many reps as we can without breaking down those positions, because we're trying to be perfect in every rep so we can then take it outside. Take it to the track, take it to the court, take it to the field.
All right, right leg up. Go. Three, 2, 1, and go. All right.
Here we go. Last time. Go and draw in. Right leg up. Ready. Go. Going for 10. Two, 1. Relax.
All right, grab a little water. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna get to a couple moving drills that we can do in a small amount of space. Still working on that acceleration. Grab some water. You don't need any equipment. Just the most space you can get in your room that you're in.
Seal.
All right. So we've done a couple of these variations before. Some plyo get-ups. All right, some different type of ways to be explosive in a small space. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to take a knee. All right, and then from this knee, I'm just going to kind of swing my arms and jump out and then land on both feet. So this is like a kneeling broad jump. What I'm thinking about is using this off leg, right, this leg that's up. How can I load my ankle, and how can I use that to propel me forward? So I'm going to scoot up here. I'm going to rock back, and I'm just going to jump. And again, we're trying to feel, right, that toe pad. We're trying to feel that lean and that push, and we'll just go back and forth.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know. Tank season.
Oh, yeah. You must have forgot.
No, no. So rock, go, good. So it's gonna feel awkward. You won't feel super explosive, right? But the goal here is just to be able to feel loading this coil and then getting out. Load, rock, load. Good. We'll go 3 each leg before you switch. as we're here, I'm just gonna show you sideways before we switch legs. All right, so we're gonna rock back, and then as you're leaning forward, right, I'm starting to fall over my body. The only way to get out of that position is by jumping. So I'll do one sideways here. I gotta go this way, I guess. But try not to jump on the couch. So I'm loading this ankle, I switch legs, I rock back. You can really feel that force when you get the leg in the right position. Really extending through that leg.
We switch legs, we sound similar.
We switch legs. Now we got a little bit more room this way, so we're gonna keep going this way.
Taking off.
Really just trying to shoot yourself out, push through that leg, get off the ground, be explosive, move fast, not in a hurry. Is that three? That's three?
Three.
Perfect. All right, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna do the same thing. All right, but as we jump, all right, we're gonna stick that landing and then jump straight up in the air. So we like the layer drills just to, keep it interesting, but at the same time, you learn one complex movement, you can stack another movement on top of it, and it doesn't always have to be super complex. So we're right here, jump, jump up. It's also a way to make workouts a little bit harder when you're confined to small spaces. Good. So now we got to be a little bit more controlled with this first jump too. Watch your head.
Like that.
Yeah, you got to have
It's not
it.
like we're gonna.
No one's safe out here. Jump out, get up.
Oh. It's not like I'm gonna hit the ceiling. I don't know why.
Pretty close. You're a lot closer than I
That
am.
scared me.
So now go ahead and switch legs.
It's very easy also if you just try to get through these as quick as you can to get out of position, right? Or to compensate and put yourself into a bad position because you feel more comfortable in it. And we're working on these little things. Shin angle, where we're producing force, where we're putting force into the ground.
It always drops.
How we're breathing.
It always goes up.
All the little things are what's going to make this beneficial for us.
There. There we go. One more.
Yeah, as you said, I think I got two.
Alright. So, we got one more jump, and it's a split stance variation. Alright, so again, we'll go through, we'll get about 3 reps each leg. So what I'm going to do, again, limited space, I'm going to do a split jump into a forward bound. So I probably got about 2 bounds in me before I run into anything, so I want to be under control. Because of the space restriction, I'm going to try and bound up more than out. Let me do that again.
Run it back.
Run it back. That's actually not bad.
Split jump, bound, bound.
Split jump into a bound. Switch, and then into a bound.
Into a bound.
Yeah. See, that's tough. You gotta really load off the back leg. That's what I messed up. Put the weight in the back foot. There you go. Split, up, bunnies, bunnies, bunnies.
Yeah, starting to get. See a young dog up there or something.
Yeah. We'll bring it down to the finish here.
All
right, we got one more. You should have been able to do 2 each leg. And again, this is one of those things that, you know, I had to practice it a couple times before bringing it out. I still screwed it up. So this tells me it's a good movement. It makes me understand how to move my body in space a little bit better than I know how to now. Last one, CT.
Ow. Screw that.
All right, so we haven't done it in a while. Get your timers out. 5-minute lunge. Here we go. So every 30 seconds, we're gonna switch legs. Every minute, we're gonna switch the lunge variation. So we're gonna go through 5 lunge variations. I'm gonna need a timer on.
If you're asking why so much lunges, why so many lunges, we did a live Q&A yesterday, 9:30. That'll be on Instagram. Should still be on Facebook. Check that out. Answer all your lunge questions.
Also, we'll be, there we go, I got it. Also, we'll be doing a live coaching session with a couple of athletes that are getting ready for their pro days coming up here. You know, hopefully they'll be able to run their events here in the I don't know, summer or fall anymore, but yeah, hopefully. So you know, they're going to be planning on running in the summer. So we're going to be doing a video chat with them at noon. I'm going to record the video chat and then I'm going to post it later. And you guys are going to be able to watch that and kind of see how all of this stuff that we did really affects our 40. All right, we're on a timer.
On a timer.
All right, forward lunges. We're going to go for a minute. You can alternate. So 1 minute forward lunges. Right after that, we're going to go into stationary backward lunges. Then we're going to go into lateral lunges. All right, for the lateral lunges, we won't alternate. We'll go on one side, then the other side. I'll let you know before the time's up to switch. Forward lunges. We got 5 minutes. And go.
We're alternating.
Yes.
For a minute.
For 1 minute.
If you haven't done anything that we've done and been sitting and watching, you can still get up and do this. This is tough if you've done it with us before. If you haven't, and you're doing it today, we'll feel it till about Tuesday. Something to look forward to.
Yeah. It's supposed to be out of batteries or something.
That's probably 30 seconds.
About halfway.
So this is,
Oh, you got a watch right there.
you don't want to ask me though.
Well, you didn't offer.
So 10 more seconds.
Yeah, I got it right. Got it?
Yeah.
Sweet, 4 minutes.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And switch.
So right into the backward lunges.
Alternate for a minute here.
A completely different exercise. You know, we talked about being bored with what you do. That doesn't mean that you're like not interested. It doesn't mean that you're not paying attention. It means that you've done the same stuff so many times that you know what to expect. That's how training's got to be. That's how practice has got to be. It doesn't mean you can't have fun. It just means that you've done it so many times.
This is a great opportunity to get back to the basics, right? It's a great opportunity to get back to bodyweight squats, push-ups, lunges. I know talking to a lot of coaches, a lot of athletes, a lot of strength athletes, you know, people who think they got weightlifting or powerlifting figured out. 5 seconds, we'll switch. 2, 1, switch.
Lateral lunges, we stay on one side.
Stay on one side for 30 seconds. 30 seconds or a minute.
30 seconds this time.
I know in a lot of my conversations, we've transitioned these athletes to bodyweight programs. We've transitioned the coaches. We've transitioned these people who feel like they've been figuring out weightlifting, lifting weights for a long time, right? 5 seconds. And they are getting beat up from bodyweight exercises. And switch. That tells me it's a good thing when we get back. Just start doing more often. Maybe 1 day a week. Go outside. Now let's get nice. Do things like this. Push-ups, squats, lunges with your body weight. Because if you're beat up after one body weight training session, that means we should do that more often. 5 seconds.
Means you've been exercising and not training.
Ooh. And switch.
So cross behind.
Cross behind.
Do we switch? We'll alternate this one.
Alternate for a minute.
And then we finish up with forward and backward. I think this lunge is a good example. You know, if you look at it, let's just say we're doing 5 minutes of walking lunges, straight, right? Not all these variations. For some people, that's gonna be an okay warm-up. For some people, that's gonna crush them and they won't be able to do anything after that. So you gotta figure out, if you're an athlete, you should be on the end of a 5-minute lunge is like a warm-up. You should be able to do more after that.
10 seconds. Two, one, and
Forward to
switch
backward.
forward to backward.
So we'll switch at 30 seconds.
Again, if you've been following along at home, you should be feeling it by now. 10 seconds, we'll switch. Home stretch, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Switch legs.
Good, no steps in between. You need to rest at the top. This is a race.
There are winners, there are losers.
There are winners, there are losers.
15.
Almost there, guys.
10. 5. 3, 2, 1.
All right, that ain't bad.
Woo.
Good little workout here on Friday. We'll be back Monday. Week 3 is over.
Week 3's over.
Week 3 is over. So heading into the next week, take some time. It's the end of the week. This is what you got to do. You got to sit down. You got to figure out, was I successful this week? Did I do enough to get the job done in my online classes? If I'm a college student right now, there's no excuses not to get your best grades, you know, of your year so far in this semester. Same with high school kids. You ain't doing anything but sitting around. You should be working out in the morning. You should be studying and learning a new skill that you don't have. So take a look back on this week. Did you do enough to put yourself in a position to have a great week next week? If not, what do you need to do next week that's different than this week?
Say it again from yesterday. When you got time to do everything?
When you got time to do everything, you often don't do anything. So schedule your stuff out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. All right, y'all, stay positive. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.